Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we are playing Progressive Capitals on the Battle of Ligny map. We are playing as the green player out of the 4th position. And I gotta say, I haven't played this map that much. This is probably my least played of the Napoleon's Battles map pack maps. So with that said, I don't always know where the right places to go are, and I certainly am a little unsure of what the best bonuses are. There's the Ligny +2 territory in the middle of the board. We have a 3 in there. Feel like we'd be a little bit foolish not to go for that and then play for French 4 core afterwards. Can take French 4 core and a 3-point hold, 4-point hold for the total. Actually, what we can do, we could take French Cavalry Corps on the first turn. If Orange doesn't go on this 2 here, if they go on the 2 here, which I actually think they should, I think White should maybe go on this 2 here as well. The Ligny capital isn't actually that good. I don't think with the blizzards that we have. Although, it's really these 2 blizzards here which create, and I really will be very surprised if we don't see black. Although this is all 1 bonus down at the bottom, so black may not go on this 3. But there's an extended 1-point hold all the way out to white's 2 here. So maybe we see white end up on that 2 over there. It's a 1 point for most of Prussian 3 core, and then all of Lobau. White taking quite some time to choose their capital. This is, by the way, our Tier List Tuesday series on the channel where we play every single map in Risk. On the meta settings, those settings are progressive capitals with fog and blizzards, no alliances, no portals, and we do play with neutral and activity behavior. Geez, I actually have really interesting positioning to play for several bonuses. Black doesn't go on this 3, which is also a pretty strong spot. We are going to go on this 3 here. I think, or actually black hasn't chosen yet, right? This 3, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. This allows this player actually to 1-point hold the Cavalry Reserve bonus. We get orange down here, so I think what I'm going to be targeting, unless pink goes in here, a play for the French Cavalry bonus here. Take this. Take the French Cavalry bonus. So 3 troops here. I'll start with at least 6. 3 here. If white doesn't play for this, 3 here. The rest playing for my +2, and we can potentially hold double +2 on the first turn. That would be an adequate opening. As far as blizzards go, we have this one up here, these 2 here. That actually makes my capital, so realistically, this spot here on Pichot is going to be a half map split, either this territory or this territory. Both split the map in half with the blizzards that we have. Black is on a 1 point for this. They also have access to this. There's no point in trying to take this bonus. Black with what I would consider very strong capital for the right-hand side of the board. We actually have to hope. I don't like orange. Orange's capital is risky here. We have to kind of hope that nobody... Interesting. Red fortifies down this way. I won't be letting red hold this +5 in West Ligny. I don't plan on allowing that, although I'm not sure where they are capped. So what could end up being bad here for me is if they did try to play for this. This might just be a fortify out, right? Maybe they're playing for a French 4 core, actually. Or even this bonus in French 6 core. Bonuses on the board, by the way, for Battle of Ligny. It's a 79 territory map. There are 7 blizzards access down to 72. That makes this map 33 territories larger than the classic map. And our bonuses range from 2 to 5. I'll run through the bonuses after my turn since white is fortifying now. What is the best way? Yeah, I think just take this. Take this. I don't think a 7 will get hit. And I'm actually going to defend like this in hopes that red doesn't come down here. I don't need to fortify anything else anywhere. We knew black would go for that. They do put everything here, which is the right choice. They've got the 1-point hold. They might as well take it. I anticipate seeing orange play for their bonus back here. I don't really have any understanding of where anybody is on the board. other than orange and black, right? Like, I don't know where pink and red and white are. I think red is over here on the left-hand side, given that fortify, but it's likely just troops pulled out of this position. They may not even actually be playing for this bonus. Pink with no bonus to start. We have 2 to start. We can potentially chain it into a third. It's going to depend on what the neighbor situation looks like. I don't anticipate that's going to hit my 3. Pink playing for Northeast Towns up there, I assume gets... Ooh, yeah, bad dice. There's no way they take that bonus. Really a colossal waste of troops, in my opinion, there. But, oh well. Let's see what red does. They are getting 6, so they have 12 or more territories. Did we start? We started our last turn with 7, actually. We didn't get hit at all on our first turn. The fact that this is a 4 makes me think that my 3 won't get hit here. Red with no bonus yet. Bonuses on this board. You might roll a 5 on 3. Bonus on this board. West Ligny and Northeast Towns are +5s. He doesn't roll me. That's good. Prussian 4 or Prussian 2 core rather. French 4 core are +4s. +3s are going to be French 3 core, low bow, Prussian 3 core, and everything else. Tongreen, Southeast Towns Cavalry Reserve, French 4 Cavalry Corps, French 6 Corps, French Imperial Guard, Prussian 1 Corps, and Ligny itself are +2s. So not a huge variety in the bonuses available on the board. White is potentially going to hit my 3 here. Absolutely smokes some of red's material on that spot. Do I think that was a bonus take or a cap take? Was red capped here? He lost 3 on that roll. He doesn't fortify the... He does fortify the material away. All right, I don't think that's what that was then. I'm going to hit white here. White started with how much? Just 5. Red may have lost a capital there. I'm going to hold here like this. This is a 3-point hold. I mean, this is a really good hold. 3-point hold for +8. Yeah, I knew black would play for this. We knew that would happen. I kind of have to steer clear of black. Orange has their +2 down here in French Imperial Guard. I can potentially... Realistically, I have a 1-point hold on the left side if there's too much quarreling that happens over here. And given the attacking we saw from red and white, I really wouldn't be surprised to see both of these players over here. It may just be me, black and orange, with bonuses right now. I started with 10 because I went for double bonus early. And there's some value. These little bonuses, like pink absolutely could have played for this. I wouldn't have had much of a say in what happens with that if they do play for it. I got to be wary of black getting too strong on the right-hand side. Check my cards. We've got a horse and a dude. So an artillery would get us a trade in. All right, pink is over here. That's likely their capital on Van Lotum. So, you know, you hope they're not over. Yeah, I don't think they're over aggressive for this bonus just yet. Red with 7. I don't think red has 12 or more territories. I would hedge a bet they more than likely, yeah, I was going to say have the Prussian 1 core bonus. Is he slow rolling a capital? Loses 3. Stealing red's cap early with bad dice would not be a bad idea. Like, does white come off of this seeing this player with a limit? Like, is he going to full send this? He might not. White might not. Von Tanaka here may not know that orange is capped over here. I've got a 2 here. So if white does go full send over here... I think he's going to try to hit me in here. That should pull away. Get 14. I don't trust these guys. I'll throw you a fist bump. I'm not trying to, now that I'm getting 14, I'm comfortable with 14 a turn. I'm not going to try to overplay my hand at all here. I do think we, yeah, I was going to say, I think we see black play for Tongue Green. The thing about black is they are overhitting over here. They're going to go, I don't think they have, sorry, I'm clicking back and forth here. I don't think, yeah, they can't get Prussian 3-core. So actually holding on the 8 there, I don't hate. 7 there. That might end up irritating the pink player. I don't want to, knowing what I know, which is that red, white, actually white might even have, I think the capital is likely on Bertha's Inn. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Sam Belziel, please. Sam Tremblay. I don't know which name you go by. I've always gone by the full name, but viewer of the channel, Sam, let me know how close I am with that. It looks French. So I know that these battles, I believe, primarily took place in, I think Ligny is in Belgium. So Belgium is, oh no, is it just in France? Waterloo is in Belgium, right? Modern day Waterloo is in Belgium. It was then part of the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. Okay. Some 210 years ago. Ligny is also in Wallonia, Belgium. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Sam can help me out on French pronunciations, since I think that is part of the part of Belgium that speaks French. This is interesting. Hello, Red. I think Red's a bit of an agent of chaos. Pink was getting 6, which was interesting to me because I didn't think they had that many territories. I might try to sneak in up here, just take a couple extra territories, but not overly aggress the black player. I think defense of my bonus position's fairly important. Orange was getting 9. Yeah, so orange was working their way into this here. I'm fine if white wants to take this because I have no expectation that they'll actually have this bonus. Eventually, they'll have to work their cards down either into orange or into red here. And we should have backdoor access to orange. We won't have access to red. Red's actually, I believe, white's capital location is where I believe it is. That player... just going up this way. Pink here. I don't have any plans to hit you, black. Yeah, if he wants to get 12... If he wants to... Black Saharat Lekazan. If they want to get 12... And I get 14 or even 15 on this next turn, potentially, more power to them. Because we know they're not going to hold this +3 here. They're defending their edges a little bit. They go down into pink. Basically, what I need to confirm is that with my positioning here, I effectively contain ownership over the center of the board. That's why I didn't think my cap was that good, and if it was over a territory or two, it would be far better than where it is. It's partially why I don't want to close it off. But I have the means of almost holding my opponents a little bit hostage. Orange is going to hit into me. Do they go up? Yeah, I was worried orange would get overly curious here. There's a world here. Well, I was going to say there's a world here where orange gets card blocked, but they're just going to open up red. And then red might hit white. Now, we will be aware of an attack like that. So I do have to be mindful of what the black player could do to me. That's why black, because of how strong they're getting and positionally, right? Like orange's capital is not open to pathing up this way. Neither is black, but black is getting enough where, you know, they could have stacks move one way or the other, which could become dangerous. If I see a cap flip at any point, that's when I need to jump. Red skips. I do not agree with skipping. I don't think they were card blocked. Maybe they were. But I don't agree with skipping when the player in the first position has already traded. Or not traded, but already taken a card. Obviously, it's not as... If you have board understanding, which I'm not certain red does because of where they are, up in the top left of the board. But if you have board positioning, or board knowledge rather, and you know that pink can't really get to you, I guess it makes a little bit more sense. I'm wondering if orange is just sitting off cap over here. It's certainly a possibility. I'd like to see what is in here, because I don't really want people having access to the other side of the board, but at the same time, pink potentially MIA. That could be a dangerous 5 cards given up to black. Orange is in here. I am going to close my capital off. It's a little bit risky. Oh, well, that's fine. Because black still won't be able to get into me here. That's why the 15 is useful. I'm wondering if the number of attacks I'm seeing right now from black indicate that they are actually coming up from behind pink. And that might be why the pink player quit. It's 5 cards we have to be wary of. Meant to remove white here to pick up the additional +4. We don't get the additional +4. I did a little bit want to hold orange hostage in here, especially... Yeah, they didn't get a card. That was what I had a feeling of. Was that the orange player did not get a card. Because red didn't take a card, and white took a card away from this position, orange would have had to hit through me. I actually think they should have tried this. Although they are very backdoorable. Red not taking the card is interesting. Pink quitting is a bit of a bummer. I don't think they were out of this game by any means. It does potentially put me in a position where I should focus right. So I should focus black before pink, but it's going to come down to does black eliminate pink before I even try to do something like that. And actually, a neutral bot will trade on 5. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A neutral bot will trade on 5. So pink is actually less value to black than we thought they would be. If it stayed on 5 cards, if they flagged outright, then it's of a bit more value. Now, I don't want to be completely off capital. If black's not open, white being open is a little bit dangerous. Not that they'll be able to win anything. I don't think their capital is strong enough at this point with how much I've been getting each turn. Picked up an additional +5 here. We've actually knocked them down a little bit because of... They were only getting 5 before, but they're getting even less now with territory count. If I'm white, I'd probably just play off of this, knowing you're not going to hold a bonus at this stage with where everybody is grouped. And I do think white had better capitals. They had this 2 here on South St. Amand. That I think would have absolutely worked out for them. I'm going to put all of this here. I'm really prioritizing defense. Orange should have a card now. I actually want to see caps jump for black, because the moment the caps jump for black, I clear everybody else out of the right-hand side. I hold them mostly hostage on the left, and I just go heavy into black. This is interesting. This is very interesting. This removal here. Do they hit me out of this spot? I hate to be that guy, but it is really not in my best interest to let black hold all of that. They just held for 18. I can break a lot of it, but not all of it. I mean, that picks them up an additional +3 and a +5. I truly cannot justify letting this player hold this. I feel a little bit bad about it. You know, there's one of two ways this goes, and unfortunately, I think orange is too strong. The one way it goes is I eliminate white and try to chain these guys on the left-hand side together. It's possible that theoretically, orange has opened up red to white. Red could theoretically eliminate white here. They don't take it, so that's intriguing. White could also show me how much they're worth. I don't want to go for white. Yeah, I was wondering if white would go left here. Interesting. White opens up red. Unfortunately, my good sir, your time has come to be broken. I cannot, in good faith, not hit this player with pink quitting. Need to make sure their territory is down quite a bit. Interesting. Pink wasn't even defending this line here. So pink didn't even have defense of the line here. It's unfortunate for black that this is what happens to them. I almost should just card block them. Pink's still worth 2 cards. It's not nothing. And if I understand that, I had vision in here. I know that nobody's in here. Orange had to get up this way somehow. Puts all 5 here. It's not super worth it right now. But with black not actually full retaliating there, it might be better to just take it. Now, if white doesn't trade, trade's worth 20. White should trade right now, in my opinion. There's a little bit of risk of these guys coming off and hitting through my 30. I don't actually think I need to eliminate pink yet. I think bolstering this, card blocking black and bolstering this position's a better idea for me. They're capped right here. White with only 29 on capital, going to 5 cards. 29 on cap, going to 5 cards. There's no way white would be anywhere in here. Yeah, sorry, white. I hate to do it to you, pal. Trade on the next turn as well. Shouldn't have opened that. I'll have a guaranteed set. I'm not super worried about what orange can do here. This should trigger a trade from black. Oh, they're just going to go for it. Wins it with flying colors, mind you. So there's no block I can do on this player on the next turn. Black's just trying to make sure I don't eliminate him, to be completely transparent here. It's a little bit of worry with orange. You hope orange takes their card here and doesn't give red any additional cards, but yeah, they do give red a card. Interesting. They don't set. 16 backs up, so they let me block them. I fear that red... Okay, red's actually going to trade. Now, red has no way out here. 83 troops. They don't take... Ooh, they're sitting right there, though, with that. All right, I think I need to play passively here. Or do I just take this and trigger a trade in? Oh, I don't want black getting these cards. So that's what I'm going to do. That's pretty good dice. Yeah, I don't want black getting those. I know he's going to trade in here. This was expected. He can hit whatever he wants because we should be able to set the block on him again. And I'm perfectly, fully understand what is happening here. This is absolutely the right play from black. You have to hit me. Likely leads to your own demise because I've already shown you I can card block you. Almost opens up the 10 there. I think he might be pulling off of capital. This cap on the left is not actually that important to me. I don't know if orange wants me to hit down here. Did he not take a card? Orange doesn't take a card. It's almost like he's trying to bait... Yeah, he's trying to bait red into opening him up to come hit me, maybe? I do not have a set, which is not great. If I don't really care for, I mean, orange missing a card and then taking the 46 cap here doesn't bother me all that much. What I almost want black to do is to, especially with how much came off here, I want him to open up my capital here. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. He'll likely be on a trade-in on this next turn anyway. It breaks everything but the back here. I already didn't have that. So red is not open to me. I wonder if black didn't know that I had that. So 46 can get everything up here up to this point. Everything back in this area. Unless orange rolls it, right? That is the one caveat to this. So orange ends up taking the card. Maybe they didn't want red's cap to be open. That's certainly a possibility. Trades are getting pretty high. What I'm going to do... I'm going to need, what, like 9 up here? I'm going to open the capital. Oh, actually, I can't open the capital. I cannot open the capital. And the reason for that is I don't actually have pathing to it, which is brilliantly played by Black. Really quite impressive. All right, let's do that. I missed a spot. Bad pathing. Oh, no, I didn't. Didn't get the last spot there. There's his trade in. He might be able to grab my cap in the middle now. Oh, not if you split like that. Trade on 3? No trade on 3. Yeah, he won't be able to get it this time. I still got 49 there. I just gotta hope that... Oh, that was not a good play. That actually just allows me to reblock. That was a drastic misuse of troops. There is the risk here of orange coming and rolling me, which would be a really, really unfortunate time for that to happen. It does not happen. He does open red. It's really a test of like, how quickly can I get ahead before one of these two becomes a problem? Because they're seeing us attacking each other. He's going to get me. Yeah, that's just not it, Chief. I was worried these two would get involved. All right, so I got to play in the middle here. I still have the troops to do this. It's just unfortunate that... And I get it. I was going to potentially win this game. He doesn't break me here. Okay. I mean, I still potentially have the means of keeping black at bay. 11 comes back to cap. Red doesn't have it. Neither of these players has a trade-in. I at least have that working for me. This hits here. We hold black off over here. I don't even worry about red. Right? Just take black out of there. Basically need these to mirror each other. Like, hope that those rolls don't win. Bad dice. That's perfect. Because if I can win against black, I can still get what I need. And orange now doesn't have the cap pathing out into me. Like, I'm fine with red rolling me. It's frustrating. And it's more frustrating that orange actively opened them up. It's not inherently a bad play by red. I just gotta hope that black needs to... The fist bumping in the early game was fine. Now it's getting a little bit annoying. I don't know what this does. They're not gonna... They might try this. I don't know what the goal of that is. Pick up an extra territory or something. No, that might be black full quitting. I doubt they had a trade in here. I absolutely have to set now because of the position that I'm in. 15, 15, 17, 30. Put this here. Sure. Yeah, I'll pull this one forward. There's our block. Okay. I just gotta hope that red doesn't actively work against me. I'm kind of in a weird spot where I need to Interesting. I'm in a weird spot where I actually need to prioritize being nice to red, even though they rolled my capital. And they got reasonably good dice on that, which is frustrating. If we go back to their turn of rolling me. And they went minus 18 on a 49 capital. You would hope this would be closer to like 80. But you can't win them all. And they actually seemingly continue trading over there on that side. I don't know that I want to get card blocked myself. Because I can continue adding defense over here. I really do need to prioritize my main capital, even though it's not open. And black is pleading with red to break the block. But I think what... Orange didn't take a card again on that last turn? Orange has missed cards this game, and I don't understand why. They've actively missed out on troops. The earlier one where I thought they were opening up red's cap, I thought they were going to roll me. They didn't do it. But now that I'm letting red, like I'm letting red hold, I guess French, this one here. I may as well do that. And until I get this capital back, I unfortunately can't actively set a block on these players. No trade on 3, that is fine. Black's trying to get people to help him, but nobody really should. The 3 cards, the trades are considerably higher now, which is why I'm bolstering this so much. Like, red lost hitting me. Interesting. They've been in and out MIA. Like, I'm obviously not going to remove the block. And I feel a little bit bad targeting black, but I had to pick a side. And because these two are next to each other over here, realistically, this cap is going to become more important than you expect later in the game. That's why I'm not taking all of these red cards right now, as I think I'm going to need them. I think I'm going to need these red cards to play into one of these players' capitals. More than likely the red player's capital here. Black is botted. Does orange take off of this position? They do. Doubt they open up the capital, though. The issue is they have an infinite trading zone back here that I will need to infiltrate. And yes, I am getting more troops per turn than red for now. And I likely will continue to do so as the game progresses. But I have to be very careful. Red clearly, despite their back corner pocket play, they seem to be a pretty experienced player. And they're right in allocating troops into me. This does end up giving me more cards. I don't know with reds. Red's a bit untrustworthy. They actually open up black here, which is just, this is such a bad play. We're lucky that black's not here on this turn and I have a trade in. I gotta hope that orange is not active enough here. I think I block red here so that orange doesn't risk opening this up. But I actually think, well, I don't know. If I 1-point it here, that's not a bad spot to be. They don't break me on this. Fortunately, black is not here. Otherwise, that play by red would be more irritating. One, 130 there's fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was just trying to think what gets me to a point where I reduce his troop count a little bit from territory loss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Probably didn't do anything those last 2 rolls, but it's worth a check. My concern is orange getting out of here because I don't think red has any incentive to prevent orange from getting out. We do get him down to 13. There's an early trade-in. I disagree with this play from red, especially because you're not going to take the capital here. And he's targeting this material, which is frustrating. Opens up black's cap, so there's no point. Black could return here without issue. I think red thought he'd be able to take this elimination. Obviously, we know that he's not able to do that. Is he going to leave this here? He's leaving that there, so he's going to try to take it. How much is here? Oh, he's close. Not anymore. I had to slam it. He was close to taking this. Do I have a trade-in? No trade-in, but we should beat red to the punch. Unless orange swings around out of nowhere and comes and steals this. Red should have tried, in my opinion, red should have tried it on that turn. I had this elimination earlier than I thought I did, which is frustrating. Breaking me here and misuse. So this is potentially a really interesting play. Because breaking me here and potentially misusing the 25 over here may just feed me. If he hits with the 28, he will feed me the elimination on... Yep. He just fed me black's elimination without even realizing it. Without even realizing it, this player just fed me this elimination. I'm going to leave some troops over here just in case. I don't want red to see what kind of roll I get either. I will trade off of this. Because I'm obviously a bit worried that orange is going to come over this way. Trade in a guaranteed trade on the next turn. I'm going to put 50 here for now. So this is actually potentially good bait that I open this because I can sneak in and I have a trade-in. We know that. I don't want to use it because I fear that orange is going to come. Like, orange won't be able to eliminate me, but orange could feed me to red with a misplay here. And they don't. So I'm hoping if red takes a bunch here, which is what I want to happen, I want red to overtake, I then can gift myself a bunch of extra cards working to the left. They don't. Interesting. Well, until they actively try to block me. I don't care too much about these capitals over here. Terrible dice. This one I think is maybe a little bit more important. This one's bad. This one can be easily card blocked. I mean, so can this one. My middle cap is the one that can be least easily card blocked. At least if one person swings to the right, if somebody else tries to come through, they're likely to remove that block. Red is only getting 9. I guess I knocked them out of here. Capital, bonus, capital. I think the only way this goes well for me is if I just start stacking on one single position. So that is what I will do. Because I won't be surprised if they are trading back here in this pocket, and I need to take my troop advantage. 51 troops per turn. I got to take that troop advantage now before the trades get too high. I'm almost wondering if red tries to deal with orange ahead of time. I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards technically. I'm fine with the quantity I have back here on caps, mostly because I don't think the only way somebody could cap run is if orange made a play into me and then red swept through on all the caps after that. And with 200 troops here, they'd have to do that and then hit me. Oh, orange got all the way up to this spot. Interesting. Okay. I'll end up getting additional troops off of a bonus here. I do think red has a considerable amount of troops on their capital. However, they did invest at least a trade or two into me on the right-hand side here. Orange makes it out to here. This is the other thing. These two are over-attacking on each other right now, and I'm not sure why. Maybe to get a look at what I had here. I don't have any plans to overcommit. Not yet. I also don't have any plans to inherently try to eliminate either of these players. Also not yet. Mostly because I need to make sure I have the extra cards here. That'll get me an additional 5 troops off of that position. Soon I can just sit here, and if they don't have enough on this... It's really an interesting conundrum because orange doesn't take a card at all. Well, I don't know why he keeps voluntarily skipping. All that does is hurt him. Mr. General Centurion. This map has turned out to have a really interesting game as far as the card blocks go. I think it might be a little bit too easy to card block on this map, to be completely transparent with you all. No trade-in. I am just going to sit here, though. I don't think it matters what red has. Orange can't do anything to this either, can they? Red doesn't have a trade-in. So that does come completely off my capital here. However, I go after red, so whatever red does to me, it doesn't really matter. I'm almost wondering if red will back off of the capital here. Or he fortifies to this from the other one. I think that's a mistake. Just don't want any freebies over here in case red trades on 3 and hits me. I can trade with orange. And red doesn't even necessarily get cards. If orange is willing to do this for second place, more power to him. I wasn't comfortable with the roll here. If this player still gets 9, doesn't have a set on 3. If they have a set on 3, then we're cooked anyway. He's laughing, but I don't know why. Guess we gotta test orange's speed, huh? Orange is on 4 cards. All right, let's see what this math's out to. We don't have a trade on 4. That's brutal. Gotta hope for bad dice rolls. I don't know that... And he goes this way, so he's forced to hit these 2 caps first, which is good. 87 is brutal. That's already a bad start for this player. I assume he's going to split on each of these positions, which is smart. 206, also brutal. I don't have a trade on 4, which is just painful. Once I saw it was 100% roll on red, I was like, all right, I got to do it. 120. He might actually have this. He hasn't left anything on these other capitals. The 50 split. Oh, does he not know where the other caps are? Why would you split this way? Yeah, he doesn't have time. So we can scoop most of these back, and as long as I don't give this 140 pathing back to what I have on the other side of the board. This is the benefit of Orange was turtled this entire game. They don't know where all of the capitals are. They will end on this with a good roll. And that cap's almost completely locked. So I can go here with troops. 8. I basically need to make sure I scoop all of my capitals back. That was a little bit lucky, I won't deny. Don't you all know I know it? 51's not open. That's not open. That doesn't open it in case it wins. And now this is the turn where I get to recoup my losses effectively. Because he can go this way, but now you leave me with way too much unbroken. Potentially to the point where this player lets me block him. The 4 will break here. The 51 can take what's up top. But this will take this bonus and it will get nowhere. And we're about to trade for 140 troops. If he... Oh, he's completely... He can't fortify to both of these capitals either. I think I can just cap run. Unless... If that fortifies... Yeah, we can just cap run. Good game, dude. And that is what I will do. Good game. Well played. And a big ol' thumbs up to Orange. That is a win. Little risky there hitting red. I recognize that, but they were on so many cards that I wasn't sure how good Orange was. The fact that Orange missed, what in my opinion, multiple opportunities to go exploring on the other side of the board. I liked Red's aggressiveness, but Orange just wasn't curious enough, in my opinion, especially with the trade-ins. They also skipped cards multiple times. I'm like, I could tell Red was the better of the 2 players. I'm like, I got to get this player out of here, because the fact that they fortified forward, weren't worried about Orange taking the cap back here, that concerned me a lot, that they would try to infinitely trade with Orange in the back and keep me card blocked, and I wouldn't be able to get through after their next trade in. Took the risk once I saw it 100% roll. I was fairly confident they had moved their back cap forward, and I was right. We take them out. We end up with a win. Let's take a look at our ranks. Got Novice on black and orange, intermediate. Oh, and pink, intermediate on white. Master on red. I was right that was the highest ranked player in the lobby. Let's take a look at where this one sits on our tier list. So for starters, I always like to go in through the map image. They still don't have like a full map image here. This map played out a lot more enjoyably than I thought it would. I do think with 7 blizzards, there's a very high and several small bonuses. There's a very high probability that you're going to have these half map splits on this map, which I do think hurts it. It was a lot of fun. Card blocks are super available here. I think center caps are far and away the best spot you can be. There lends itself to some training pockets. Is by no means a bad map, but I think that there are the risk of these extended 1-point holds. We didn't see a lot of it today. Nobody really capped on one. Black was the only player on. Black and red were the only players on distinct 1-point holds, and those were just for +2s. But even so, I think this map is fine. I think it's solid. Do I think it's better than Charleroi? I don't think so, but I don't think it's out of B or C. It's just a pretty average map. I think it plays better than Fungal, which is a map that has fewer pathings from left to right that can be blocked by blizzards. This one's a larger map, I believe, than Fungal as well. So I would put it above that. I would put it above CH Tower because of the same issues. CH Tower and Fungal very similar in their layout in terms of what can be blocked off. I don't think I like it quite as much. Well, maybe I have Central America in the wrong spot because I think I like it better than all of these maps down here. And I think it plays better than those two, but not quite to Japan. Better than Jules Verne, though. I think that's where I'm going to land Ligny, is just below Japan. I think I like Japan a little bit better than this one, but I think that this one plays out perfectly fine, and I think you guys should take a look at it if you haven't. If you own the Napoleon's Battles map pack, we will be looking at the Battle for Plancenoit next week, and then finishing it out in 2 weeks with Waterloo. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know where you'd put this on your own tier list. As always, everybody, I have been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.